And good morning. It's 7:04 on this Tuesday, October 25th. It's time to head to Studio B for Coleman and Company.
Hello, everybody, and welcome. It is cloudy and overcast this morning, but no rain yet that I know of. But it's kind of dark out there compared to what we have been seeing at this time of morning. So you might be extra careful. Watch out for the school buses and the school children along the way. Our program is presented each Tuesday at this time by Vanderbilt Wilson County Hospital. Why choose Vanderbilt Wilson County Hospital? Well, there are a lot of reasons. Let's talk about a few of them this morning. Women's services. The Women's Pavilion offers pregnancy and childbirth care along with educational resources to meet the needs of new parents. The women's services also include minimally invasive gynecologic surgery, digital mammography, stereostatic breast biopsies, and breast reconstruction surgery. There's the Weight Loss Center. The Vanderbilt Surgical Weight Loss Program offers advanced care to help you lose weight and improve your overall health. If you've been unable to reach a healthy weight with nutritional and lifestyle improvements alone, surgery might be a better and safer option for achieving your weight loss goals. The team will work with you to develop a personalized care plan combining surgery, nutrition, exercise, and psychological support. And what about robotic-assisted joint replacement? Well, Vanderbilt was one of the first hospitals in Tennessee to offer robotic-assisted total and partial knee and total hip replacement surgery. This advanced technology for total and partial knee and total hip replacement surgery offers a new option for those with chronic knee and hip pain. And one more, Primary Stroke Center. The accredited stroke center meets strict national standards that support better outcomes for stroke care treatment, rehabilitation, and recovery. These and many more reasons to choose services at Vanderbilt Wilson County Hospital. And a reminder that the Bloodmobile visits at least once a month, and they are scheduled next for Tuesday, November 8th from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. You can go to the website and register to donate blood at Vanderbilt Wilson County Hospital. All right, here on this Tuesday morning, it's the week that we feature the city of Mount Juliet, and our man is here this morning, Mr. Justin Beasley, Public Information Officer. Justin, good morning.
Good morning, Coleman. Glad to be back reunited with you, my man.
Well, it's good to see you again.
You know anything good?
I thought before we got into the business of Mount Juliet this morning, being the old sports guy that you are, we've had a lot to happen since you were last here sports-wise.
For sure.
We'll get to baseball in a minute, but the Titans, UT beating Alabama for the first time since I don't know when. What was
2005.
Okay, all right.
Quite a long time.
But I don't think the UT Nation has got over that yet. They're still up in the air.
Yeah, and I was talking with the mayor the other day, and he was saying, you know, as a UT fan, you almost feel uneasy because as a UT fan, most of them are thinking something's going to go wrong. Well, for everybody but one team, something's going to go wrong this year. Only one team hoists the title, but they've got a really good team. I said it a couple of weeks ago. They're going to either beat Alabama or Georgia. And now my thought is I think they're going to beat both. I mean, you look at them, they passed the eye test. They're a really good team.
I just can't go that far.
Not that far yet?
Well, for this reason. I just think Georgia's defense is a lot better than Alabama's defense. Now, the proof's in the pudding. We'll see whenever
That's why they play them, right? It'll be the game of the week on CBS at 2:30 in a couple of weeks. So that's I know where I'll be. Cancel all the plans. No pumpkin patches, no weekend plans on that time.
Well, my Vanderbilt Commodores had a chance to win against Missouri.
I saw.
It was 17-14, and they had the ball with a couple of minutes or so left in the ball game, and they blew their chance. So
played good defense, though.
Missouri didn't score in the second half, so maybe that's a good sign. I don't know, but they didn't have to, though, as it turned out.
Yeah.
And what about baseball? Can you believe the number 6 seed Philadelphia Phillies are in the World Series?
I can because of the Braves of the year before. They are this year's Braves. They got hot at the right time. They've got good pitching, solid hitting, really good defense. So really, it's the best team in baseball. The Astros going against the hottest team, the Phillies. Some could say the Dodgers were the best team, but statistically they are really good. But Houston's got the best roster.
Dodgers are the best team money can buy.
Tell me about it.
Well, it used to be the Yankees.
Yeah, I grew up a Yankees fan. I had a friend on Facebook say about time we beat the Yankees, and I said, hey, Yankees buy championships, the Houston Astros steal them. So you pick your poison.
Well, I was pulling for Cleveland Indians. They didn't hardly make it. I was hoping Seattle would knock off Houston, but Houston beat them 3 in a row
Yeah.
to take the wild card. Or
Houston beat them 2-0. Houston won the first series 2-0 over the Mariners.
all right,
It's 2 out of 3. And then swept the Yankees too. They haven't lost the
right.
They haven't lost the
Right.
postseason game.
That's right. Anyway, Seattle got a few ex-Reds that I was pulling for.
Okay.
He can't even pitch one up and hit it anymore, but I always liked Eugenio Suarez.
Yeah, he's got a great name.
You would think it's Eugenio,
Yeah.
in English, Eugenio or something like that, but it's in Spanish it's Eugenio.
Eugenio. Is he a catcher or shortstop? I forget.
Third baseman.
Third baseman. Okay.
Third baseman.
I know the name.
Yeah. Well, his first full year with the Reds, he hit, I don't know, a bunch of home runs, maybe as many as 40 or something. But
Yeah.
then last year he was pretty much a bust, and they got rid of him. In fact, they had to send one of the other outfielders with him just to get him out of there. But,
package deal.
So, yeah, way it goes. Well, how things in Mount Juliet?
Things in Mount Juliet are great. I want to show you a picture. I know this is an audience that only hears, but if you can see in that picture, we had a full house last night at City Hall.
Oh,
People
that
even in
is-
the back of the chambers.
I've been in that facility a time or
Yes.
two, and it's not all that big, but that is packed.
We packed it to the brim last night. We had Mount Juliet High School football, Green Hill High School football. We had a company that donated some jet skis in attendance. We had Boy Scout Troop 150 in attendance to also be there to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance. And we also had 5 or 6 firefighters there to be recognized for an award for a life-saving call that they received in August. So all 4 of those coming together at once. And as you know, you might not know since you were off a couple of weeks ago, but we didn't have a board of commissioners meeting. So when you have just one late in the month, a lot of stuff piles on that's got to get on the agenda, that's got to get recognized. And quite honestly, it was chaos from my point. I'm trying to get everything, lined up and looking good for our BOC. But when you hear their comments, they were so impressed with how many people were there. Because really, from the city standpoint, we're trying to get not only the high schools and the kids and even the community engaged in what's going on at the city of Mount Juliet. A lot of great things going on that we can promote, but just to be involved in the process, not to mention, like voting right now during early voting, or just being aware of the topics and letting your voice be heard. That's the best way the commissioners can do their job, is if they hear from their constituents. So that's what we're trying to promote at the city of Mount Juliet.
Well, you really did a good job of it last night then.
Yeah, it wasn't my intention to pack that room full like that, but next thing you know, here it was, and we got through it, and everybody was happy. So that's all I care about.
What kind of business did you take up last night?
We had a couple of votes here and there on some things. Nothing too monumental. There was one thing with the BPAC. Basically, everything's staying put with that. The Bicycle Pedestrian Advisory Committee, with how they go about, finding their members and finding who's going to serve on what board. They do a great job making sure our sidewalks are up to date in Mount Juliet, making sure they're promoting a healthy lifestyle, stuff like that. But nothing monumental. We did have something on Pleasant Grove Road at 5 o'clock, a workshop, a couple of options to choose from as far as how to widen that road and how long that's going to take. A lot of stuff that takes some time, but
Pleasant Grove Road.
Pleasant Grove Road.
What? I'm trying to think where that is.
So you're taking a right on North Mount Juliet Road, and Pleasant Grove Road has a lot of new construction, and it's got a church, Shiloh Baptist down far on it. It's just a lot of people are traveling on that road. A couple of people live on it, so it's about time to
Is that
expand
on the
it.
west side of Mount Juliet Road?
West side of Mount Juliet Road. That would be
On the
west side of
national
Mount
side,
Juliet
yeah,
Road.
okay.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Yes, sir. Pleasant Grove Road. So, but we have workshops like that all the time. It's a good way to get constituents that live on that road and in that area to chime in and to let their voice be heard and on the record in an hour format. So many of the commissioners can receive the feedback and then go go about with that information and try to find the best option.
Well, is there a general consensus on the best option yet?
There were 3 presented last night. It's still really early. The room was kind of divvied up into 3 different sections, just trying to hear out the plan. So, I mean, there are huge displays and conversations to be had with our Public Works Director, Andy Barlow, and Matthew White, his assistant, just answering all those questions far over my head as far as what option's best and what option everybody's going with. But, again, getting ahead in that conversation.
What are we talking about doing here? What's the ultimate goal? Is it to widen the road?
I believe so.
All
yes,
right.
sir. It's to widen the road, and it's one of a lot of roads that, we're looking at widening in Mount Juliet. Again, it takes time. That one is not a state road, so that's up to us to figure out and get the land acquisition for the right-of-way and whatnot.
And come up with funding?
And come up with funding and find a place for it and have a start date. All of that. Again, that is a complicated process, takes a lot of time.
How necessary is that? It sounds like it must be. It's maybe already getting close to be a major thoroughfare and narrow, so it needs improving, I take it.
Yeah, the general consensus is that's what it takes, because if you're going to get it up to City Hall and we're going to spend time on it and talk about it and have a workshop before our Board of Commissioners meeting, it's risen to the height to definitely get a lot of people there, get contractors there to present the whole 9 yards, and that's what we kind of got started last night with the ball rolling. But we've got a lot of those different projects that we're working on. We want to improve the infrastructure in Mount Juliet, and our Board of Commissioners are doing a great job at that.
Well, as we say, stay tuned.
Stay tuned. Yep. It takes time. Be patient, please.
Justin Beasley, Public Information Officer for the City of Mount Juliet, is here. Our program presented by Vanderbilt Wilson County Hospital, and you're listening to Coleman and Company, FM 98.9.
And it's 7:16. Let's see what's happening on the roadways. Thanks, Absolute Kubota. High performance, high horsepower, and where 0% financing is still a thing. Now is the best time to save on the new Kubota L-Series tractor, rated #1 for durability and owner experience in the U.S. Absolute Kubota, 1506 West Main. Now at traffic, here's Chuck.
Good morning. We are watching traffic volume increase quite a bit now on 24 westbound coming in from Rutherford County into Davidson. Traffic still not too bad down through Wilson County right now. Just typical, if you want to call it that, with that heavy traffic volume. 40 west coming in from Mount Juliet. Hey, attention dentists. Dental Staff School says they can provide you with qualified dental assistants. Google Dental Staff School today. I'm Commander Chuck with your on-time traffic.
Renewal happens here at Lebanon Center for Rehabilitation and Healing. Lebanon Center for Rehabilitation and Healing has experienced new leadership and a new atmosphere. Same location in the heart of Lebanon, 731 Castle Heights Court on the Castle Heights campus. Lebanon Center for Rehabilitation and Healing is providing 5-star clinical outcomes to short-term and long-term care residents. Call 615-444-4319 for a tour and to experience the new culture. Renewal happens here at Lebanon Center for Rehabilitation and Healing.
Hi, everybody. Tommy Bryan. Join me, along with Harry Stafford, Bob Lee, and Joe Gardner, as we bring you Lebanon High School football. Brought to you by Bates Ford, Bakes and Hooker, K. Maynard Insurance, Lebanon Police Chief Mike Justice, Wilson County Sheriff Robert Bryan, Kenny Salas, Sports World, and Wilson Bank and Trust. The Blue Devils close out the regular season Friday, October 28th, as Warren County comes to town on WANT and WCOR.
The Wilson County FCE Family and Community Education is having a craft bazaar Saturday, November 5th at the Wilson County Fairgrounds. It takes place at the Turner Evans Building from 8 a.m. until 3 p.m. The craft bazaar features various crafts and homemade items available for purchase just in time for the holidays. Bring the whole family to shop. It's the FCE Craft Bazaar Saturday, November 5th at the Wilson County Fairgrounds.
The Titans are back on the road this Sunday. NRG Stadium, Houston, Texas. Titans and Texans. Mike Keith and Coach Mac, Dave McGinnis, call all the action of Titans versus Texans.
Brought to you by Bakes and Hooker, Bates Ford, Steve Mall Plumbing, The Jewelers, and the City of Lebanon Gas and Tennessee 811. Call before you dig.
This is Wilson County's home for real country music and the Tennessee Titans. Real Country 98.9.
Cumberland University football is back in action this Saturday, October 29th, as the Phoenix travel to Montgomery, Alabama to take on Faulkner University. This is Christian Raposi of the Cumberland Sports Network inviting you to join Bob Lee and myself this Saturday right here on WANT and WCOR for play-by-play coverage of Cumberland football. Pre-game coverage begins at 1 o'clock leading up to a 1:30 kickoff. The Faulkner Eagles meet the Cumberland Phoenix this Saturday at 1:30 here on WANT and WCOR.
Coleman and Company, it is a Tuesday morning. Justin Beasley's here. Justin you've already had 2 or 3 careers, and you're just a youngster.
I am. I don't like. Hopefully, I'm not. The phrase isn't used as a short timer because I hope to be with the city of Mount Juliet for a quite long time. But yeah, I've got a couple of careers under my belt.
There's been a lot of questions about television that I would like to ask you, but somehow or another, whenever we have a break or whatever, I never do. But radio and TV are quite different, aren't they?
They are. Television, you feel so rushed. You got a script. You got a 30-minute newscast. 12 of that's actually content. So you have to speed read. You can't waste people's time. Not that you do on radio, but radio can breathe. You see so many people doing podcasts and listening still to FM radio, which they should, because it's got a little bit more to it. You can learn a little bit more. You can casually drive and listen to it. It's hardly anybody is at home by 5 or 6 o'clock to watch the local news, and many people are cutting the cord with cable. So I think your medium and your show will last forever, Coleman.
Thank you very much.
And you didn't pay me to say that.
We are a little bit laid back. We don't have any script, and I
love
think,
it.
I heard this phrase. I didn't even come up with this, but when I heard it, I said, "That's me: live, spontaneous, and unrehearsed."
That is. You would be amazed at how well that works in television. Many of the sports shows, College Game Day is unrehearsed. Inside the NBA is unrehearsed, and both of those are the best television sports shows on TV because you don't know what the person's going to say next. It doesn't sound scripted, and people love authenticity. You can say it a lot, but there's a difference in actually being it and saying it.
Yeah.
And you're authentic,
Well,
my man.
you've been there and done that, but
I have. I'm still learning. Hey, you've done it much longer than I have. I can learn a lot more from you than you can from me.
Well, I've done radio. I've been on TV just a little bit, but
all it takes is a pulse, as I say.
Well, all I have to worry about here is what I say and how I say it, and that's how I look doesn't matter on radio,
Right?
And and that's a good thing for me. You've heard of a radio face and all that good stuff.
No, you're handsome, Coleman. I don't know what you're talking about. You've been married for 59 years, right?
What?
59. You've been married for 59 years.
Yeah.
You're handsome enough. I promise you that. That's more than me.
I don't know when I've ever done this. I guess I have once or twice, but nearly every morning, Helen wakes up as I am leaving, so I kiss her goodbye.
Right.
And she turns the radio on, and I don't know whether I've ever said hello to her.
Hello,
I
Helen.
probably have a time or two, but I want to this morning because I know she's listening, and sometimes she can be my best critic too.
Trust me, I
Especially
know
if there's
that.
something she doesn't like happens. What are you doing that for? And all that good stuff,
After a while, I'll stop asking my wife what she thought of my performance on television that night. She gave me the cold hard truth, and I didn't like it sometimes.
We got to get back to the city of Mount Juliet,
Yes, sir.
which you are here representing, and you've got something coming up you want to tell us about.
Yes, sir. But before I get to that, I wanted to tell our audience about what's going on at the parks real quick. We had Halloween in the park last Saturday. I thought the biggest crowd we ever had was the Mount Juliet 50th. Again, my history is just a little longer than a year in Mount Juliet, but that's what I was told. Parks Director Rocky Lee said we had more in attendance at Halloween in the Park this Saturday than ever before at a Parks event. We had 10,000 plus in the Mount Juliet 50th anniversary. I think we had a lot more than that just based on how far the traffic was backed up and how far people had to park. So praise the city of Mount Juliet for that. Also, we have Market Night coming up on Thursday for the next 4 Thursdays. That is small businesses setting up a vendor spot in the city of Mount Juliet at the Charlie Daniels Park. We're going to have live music, food trucks. It's basically a farmers market for small businesses that might not have storefronts or that do have storefronts. Excuse me, I can't talk this morning. And all coming together for 4 weeks to promote those businesses ahead of Christmas time to shop local. The next thing I wanted to tell you about, Mount Juliet High School this week travels to Green Hill High School, the two big high schools in Mount Juliet. The game last year was phenomenal. This year is going to be the same thing. We've come up with the idea in conjunction with Green Hill High School and Mount Juliet High School to have this as the Mayor's Cup presented by R&M Printing. So every year, the winner of this game, the mayor's going to be there and present the winning team with a trophy. We had both teams there last night, some representatives, some seniors, some coaches, and some captains. And we are just thrilled about it. The game's going to be on TV as well. We hope to get the mayor doing the coin toss, getting an interview. So it's a big deal. Not that we need to help promote the game anyway. I think all of the city of Mount Juliet was at the game last year, going to be the same this year. But it's the Mayor's Cup, the first ever one, and hoping to start a tradition with this.
Well, it's really something that in Mount Juliet you had the one high school, and they were really they had a dominant football team. They've had some dominant basketball teams,
right?
And then you split the school, so to speak.
Yeah.
Zoning kind of killed the way things were. Some of the good players went over to Green Hill and that sort of thing. But it seems that both have landed on their feet and they're doing pretty well.
Oh, they're doing fantastic. Green Hill 2 games away from the state championship last year, 2 wins away at least. Mount Juliet High School has a fantastic tradition of winning, especially under Trey Perry. So those two coming together and looking like they have pretty evenly matched teams this year. Of course, there's some athletes at Green Hill that thought they were going to be Mount Juliet High School grads. So it's I can only imagine what it's like playing in that rivalry.
Well, it's got to be bittersweet, but I mean, times change, and you've got to go roll with the flow or whatever. I mean, if you're going to have 2 schools there, somebody's got to go to the new school.
Yeah, and Green Hill High School is fantastic with how new it is and how just the aesthetics of it and the turf field, and then you got all the pride and tradition with Mount Juliet High School. I keep, every time I go on campus, I say, I don't know how these kids don't know how good they have it. That's me coming from a high school that wasn't as nice. But, I mean, they've got 5A schools. They're huge. They're nice. A lot of tradition, a community that cares. I don't think they realize, and I'm not saying that in a mean-spirited way, they've got it really good in Mount Juliet, and I'm jealous of them in a lot of ways.
Well, no question, there's a lot of bragging rights. There's just a lot goes with a win here, and will probably from now on, whatever sport they're playing.
Oh, yeah.
Just going to be a big rivalry right there in the city of Mount Juliet. I mean, Lebanon is almost as big population-wise, within a few hundred as Mount Juliet, but we only got one high school. Y'all can brag about having 2 a little bit.
Right, and that's the thing. When you have a win like that and the whole town has seen it, and then you got to continue to see those people around town, I mean, bragging rights go a far way when you have a good small town like we do in Mount Juliet with a lot of pride.
Well, so the Mayor's Cup.
The Mayor's Cup, first ever Mayor's Cup.
This will be the first one.
Yes, sir. Yep, and we'll be there Friday night in full force, and we'll have the trophy
Mayor
there.
James Manus will be the one presenting it.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. And he's got some kids that go to Green Hill High School. One of them in line to maybe graduate top of her class has done a very good job. Gets the smarts, Mayor James Manus says, from his wife and not himself, but I'm sure they're a great smart family and a great family to get around. But they go to a lot of Green Hill games, so it'll be fun to see what he's like on a Friday night. He's great. We're going to do a Facebook Live a little bit later today on our city page and interview some of the kids. Here's a trick, Coleman. I'm interviewing some of the coaches and athletic directors, but I'm also interviewing some of the kids, and that's something one of my sports directors taught me early in my career is that you can see coaches and ADs on TV, but mamas are the ones that want to see their kids on TV. That's what really gets shared and talked about. So we want to show the kids some love. They've done a fantastic job with their programs, what they do inside the classroom, and they're the future leadership of the city of Mount Juliet, and we want to recognize them every chance we can, and we did that last night.
As we look at the clock, as I look at the clock, and now you're looking at it, a minute and a half. You got anything else to fill in here?
We got the Christmas tree lighting coming up after Halloween in the park. That's where our attention turns to, and I'm leaving you a calendar with upcoming events. It's usually on the Saturday, a couple hours after the parade. This year it's going to be a standalone event, Friday, December 9th, 7 p.m. Then the next day, December 10th, 11 a.m. is our Christmas parade. Of course, we actually turn 50 on paper December 12th, and we're going to have a Board of Commissioners meeting that night. That is the second Monday in December at 6 p.m. So we'll have some cake and refreshments and celebrate Mount Juliet's birthday again. So we got a lot on the docket to end out the year, a lot going on with the parks, a lot going on with, what we're trying to do with our road widenings, as we mentioned earlier. So it's never a slow day in Mount Juliet.
And what day is that?
What day is the
12th?
The 12th is the birthday, the actual 50th birthday of Mount Juliet.
Which day of the week is that?
That'll be December 12th, a Monday.
Oh, okay.
6 p.m.
So that means you'll be here on Tuesday morning to talk about it.
Correct.
Oh,
Yes, sir.
good.
Yes, sir. So, we invite you as many events as we can. We're going to tell you about it, but you're always welcome, Coleman.
Well,
here's your upcoming
right.
events calendar.
Thank you very much.
Yes, sir.
Well, Justin, thank you so much for being here. Good program.
Thank you for having us.
Justin Beasley, Mount Juliet's Public Information Officer. Our program presented by Vanderbilt Wilson County Hospital. A break here on Coleman and Company, FM 98.9.
And at 7:30, let's see what's happening on the roadways. Thanks to Bates Ford and the Works Vehicle Checkup. They'll make sure your vehicle is ready for any road. $49.95 up to 5 quarts of oil, tax and disposal. Tire rotation, safety check too. $16.73 West Main. Now at traffic, here's Chuck.
Good morning. Pretty busy out here now where you would expect 24 westbound and through the Hickory Hollow area. You got all that traffic flow coming in from Rutherford County into Davidson. Still looks good over here on 840. Just watch for some radar out here. Sections of 840, especially as you get into Williamson County. 65 busy up through Brentwood and Franklin. Attention dentists. Dental Staff School says they can provide you with qualified dental assistance. For more information, Google Dental Staff School. I'm Commander Chuck with your on-time traffic.
The Wilson County FCE Family and Community Education is having a craft bazaar Saturday, November 5th at the Wilson County Fairgrounds. It takes place at the Turner Evans Building from 8 a.m. until 3 p.m. The craft bazaar features various crafts and homemade items available for purchase just in time for the holidays. Bring the whole family to shop. It's the FCE Craft Bazaar Saturday, November 5th at the Wilson County Fairgrounds.
And now, a moment of silence to remember our dear friend.
Sorry. Oh, man.
Life can be uncomfortable. Your home doesn't have to be. With a wide range of air conditioners, furnaces, and heat pumps, Rheem makes it easy to feel comfortable, even when you can't be comfortable.
Financing available through TVA's Energy Right program and your local power company. Call Randy's Heat and Air 237-3604.
Good morning, Lebanon. This is Camille Burdine, Lebanon City Council person for Ward 3, asking for your support for re-election. Over the past 4 years, I have stayed true to what you have asked me to do. Expand our parks and recreations for our youth and families, bring in livable wage jobs, upgrading and expanding our infrastructure, sidewalks and roads, and bring in more retail and restaurants. I'm asking to please get out and vote this week. Camille Burdine, your positive voice and your choice for Ward 3.
Paid for by the committee to re-elect Camille Burdine. See Tracy Parks Treasurer.
At Vanderbilt Wilson County Hospital, world-class care is a heartbeat away. In fact, we offer the same world-class attention Middle Tennessee has come to rely on from a Vanderbilt Health Hospital. Supported by over 200 specialties, an expanded emergency department staffed with Vanderbilt Health physicians 24/7, and greater investments in life-saving technologies and care. It's just one more way we're making healthcare personal.
Local elections matter. That's why Phil Moorhead is running for Lebanon City Council, Ward 6. Neighbors and friends speak up for Phil.
This is Rebecca Dozier. Phil's dedication to service makes Lebanon a wonderful place to call home. As the CASA Board President-elect, Phil offers his time, talents, and expertise to improve the lives of children and families in our community.
Vote Phil Moorhead, Lebanon City Council, Ward 6. Paid for by Phil Moorhead per council, Mac McCluskey, Treasurer.
Get ready for rain this afternoon as a cold front moves through the region. Showers are looking likely across our area, lasting through the evening. We will see a high of 76 for the day and hit just 60 degrees on Wednesday. This weather forecast is brought to you by Walker Auction and Realty, professional auction and real estate services. Get top dollar for your home, land, or personal property. Log on to MikeWalkerAuctions.com. They know auctions. That's a look at your forecast. I'm number one Ned.
Coleman and Company, welcome to part two. Here on a Tuesday morning, time for us to talk about Hearthside Senior Living. We have Betty Kelly with us this morning. Betty's the Activities Director, and we welcome you again to our program. Good morning.
Good morning.
And Sean is either sleeping late or on special assignment or something, huh?
Right.
Well, you get to come out here from time to time, and you've been the Activities Director for quite some time.
Yeah,
Did
10 years.
When you started at Hearthside, did you start out as Activities Director?
Yes.
Oh, okay. You were hired for that specific job.
Yeah.
Yeah. How long you been doing that?
Activities in general, 30 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
You've been there long as this program has been about. Well, Hearthside Senior Living is located at 215 Castle Heights Avenue North. It is a retirement and assisted living community, and it started out as an assisted living community, really, and later the retirement part was added on, I'm guessing 10, 12 years ago now.
Yeah.
But that has been such a nice thing that people accepted this after a while, a little slow getting on the ground because the economy was a little bit bad at that time. But it is full, and you have a big waiting list now.
Yes, we do.
And those people down there get to have some of your meals occasionally, I understand.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
But probably don't participate in the activities as much as the residents in the assisted living.
Right. Not as much. They're able to go and do things on their own, but we do have some like special event kind of things that we do with them. And we also go on group trips with them. And so, there's been several times where we've taken the bus or something and gone up to, or I should say down, I guess, to Lewisburg or Lynchburg or something like that, So, it's fun.
We talked about that before. Didn't realize that. That's an extra perk for being in the retirement community.
Yeah. There are, lots of things that they want to do together. So I think that that's definitely something more in a community.
Yeah. Well, as far as the residents in assisted living, you're looking for something for their entertainment, something they like to do, and I will bet bingo is one of those.
Oh, yeah. It's the top. Right next to music.
How often you play bingo?
At least once a week, sometimes twice. But, it depends. We have had several people from the community come in and want to do a special bingo for them. And then one of the other things is that Amazon, which I thought was just fabulous, and everybody else thinks it's fabulous, but Amazon has came in and done bingo and bingo dollar auctions. And they bring a whole pallet full of stuff, and they auction it off to the residents with their bingo dollars. And that is one big thing.
So the bingo thing with maybe variations is number one as far as entertainment goes.
Yep. And then music.
Music.
We have several people that come in every month, and then some people come in sporadically to sing and entertain. So it's a big deal.
Well, I guess you probably are looking for, as we would say, all genres of music. I mean, but there probably is there any particular ones that they like maybe more than others? I'm wondering if country or
gospel,
religious,
gospel and country. Those are the two big ones. And then I would probably say 50s is the next one. So, and we've had some really good people come in.
I would imagine you have now correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm just guessing you don't have a large budget for entertainment, and most of the people that come and do this
Right.
come as a service to the community and come and play for free.
Mhm. Yeah.
Do you ever take up a love offering?
Sure.
Oh.
Sure, we'll take it. No, there's a group that comes in that is here in Wilson County, and it's a Dulcimers group, and they are fantastic. So they'll be coming in December 1st and playing. So that'll be really good.
But if there's a group out there that would like to entertain the people at Hearthside Senior Living, you can give Betty Kelly a call, and that would be the same numbers we always give out here. I take 615-443-1994. And a variety is the spice, they say.
That's right.
And so you don't want the same ones every week. Good variety here, and so if you've got something that you'd like to do to entertain the people there, come and audition with Betty, and
that's right.
you want to make sure they're presentable, as we would say. But if they are, I'm sure you'd be welcome.
Oh, I'll take them. Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah. Well, you as activities director there. Again, you said bingo and then music, particularly country and gospel.
Yeah.
But then what might be third on the list?
Oh, I would say probably the trivia and things that challenge their minds is the next thing. Yep. And they get real competitive.
I've got to put him on the spot a little bit this morning. Have you ever had John Boyce to come and do trivia? You ought to give him a call. He is out here. I know he's out here on Wednesday afternoons, and he has got a pretty good trivia thing. Now, I don't know how well he would identify with us senior citizens, but I think he could adapt pretty well, and I'll bet that'd be
I'll have to check that out. Yeah.
So that's an idea, right?
That's an idea right there. Thanks. Always willing to take it.
Well, of course, the activities is an important part of this, but first of all, you've got as Sean has said many times, you're operating 7 days a week, 365 days a year, and I mean there's somebody there all the time, and it has to be. And there's of course the proper nursing, and there's certain requirements by law for what you do that you have to provide. The activities is down the list a little bit, but without activities, it'd be pretty dull.
Yeah, it would. It would. But, activities is something that is a choice for the residents. So if they don't want to go, that's fine. They have other things that they want to do. But
or
we encourage, or do nothing. But we encourage them to come as much as possible. So, and that's something I have to do is go around and find out what things what things they really like.
Well, here again, there's some people, maybe if they're in their 80s or something and are there and might kind of get in a habit of being a loner and sitting in the room all day. That's not good. So some kind of activity to get involved in, that's I'm sure that's part of why you have it, to kind of stimulate them, their thinking, their activity. It's got to be good.
It is. And like I said, you can't make your mind stay still. If you do that, it's not good. So anything I can do to stimulate that, I'll go for it.
And with 30 years of doing this, you probably have a pretty good ear or eye for what works and what doesn't. And
I do.
Tweak it a little bit from time to time. And I'll bet you some of the people there will offer some ideas occasionally too.
Oh, yeah. Oh, definitely.
And if it's something they don't like, they let you know right quick.
Yeah, I would say that was a definite thing. Yeah. But for the most part, though, everybody loves, the people that are participating, and even the people that don't participate, but they know what's going on. And sometimes they'll just come and watch. Yeah. And so, that's stimulation. If they'll come and watch, that's good. So I don't ever try to discourage that. So come on in, more the merrier. They can always be cheerleaders.
Well, you are full right now, I
Yes.
understand.
Mhm.
And that's something that Sean has kind of hung his hat on here in the last month or so. He's mentioned it several times in the fact that, because you had a few vacancies there with COVID and the aftermath.
Right.
And it's kind of taken a little while to have a full house again.
Right.
But Hearthside has always been a popular place. And
Yes.
you have established a real tradition here since 1994. And you've been a part of that most of that time.
Well, 10 years of it anyway. But, the thing is you got to have faith. You have to have faith. So if you have some downs, okay, but you'll come back up. So you just, it's one of those things.
And I think you've made some improvements and got some more that's maybe on the drawing board.
Yeah.
You want to talk
yeah.
a minute about that?
Well, currently we're working on the outside of the building and doing some freshening up and adding some different things, but it's looking real good. And of course, last year we did the inside. There's still some things we want to do inside, but you can't do everything at once.
Right. There you go. Well, that's all good. And being around since 1994, you've got to make some changes from time to time. And I think the older you get, the less you like change, but you do like improvement. And if
Right. Updates is the thing, everything has to be updated at some point in time. And also, I feel like it's a fresh look. So it's nice. I like it.
All right, we need to go to a break here in a moment, but Betty, let's just remind everybody again, you are the activities director, and you are looking for good activities that would be entertaining and informational and enjoyable for your residents at Hearthside Senior Living. So if anybody listening would like to do that, if you would like to sing in particular, maybe if you got a special kind of bingo you want to do, if you do trivia, if you do some other things that would be of an entertaining nature, you can let Betty know.
Yeah,
and
definitely.
she'll
Give me a shout.
appreciate giving a call, 615-443-1994. Well, it's been nice to have you this morning. I've let you go a little extra here because I've been anticipating our political guest this morning. And MJ, if he doesn't show up, you want to come in here and talk after the break? If Susie doesn't show up, I probably need some help. It would be better than reading the Wall Street Journal or something.
Well, I would like to give a shout out.
We got a Hearthside hello. Yes, I'm almost forgetting.
Hearthside hello. This one's going to be a little special. Over the last weekend, we had a yard sale.
Yeah.
And the two people that really, they were just outstanding in making that happen and actually putting it on. Margie Andrews and Jeannie Such. And they just, if it wasn't for them, that wouldn't have happened.
Margie Andrews
and Jeannie Such.
All right. Well, thank you for being with us this morning.
It's always fun to be here.
And that is it for Hearthside Senior Living, 215 Castle Heights Avenue. Betty Kelly, our activities director this morning. We'll take a break here and more coming up on Coleman & Company, FM 98.9.
And let's see what's happening on the roadways, 747 now. And it's all brought to you by our friends at Absolute Kubota. High performance, high horsepower, 0% financing is still a thing. Now is the best time to save on the new Kubota L-Series tractor rated #1 for durability and owner experience in the U.S. Absolute Kubota, 1506 West Main. Now at traffic, here's Chuck.
Good morning. A couple of accidents getting some attention right now. We see that heavy traffic on I-40 as you make your way up through Bellevue coming in from Dixon County. It's pretty busy on Vietnam Vets, especially as you get onto that ramp there to 65 going south. Starting to really increase with that traffic volume now around the airport there at Donaldson Pike on that heavy traffic flow coming in on 40 westbound in from Wilson County this morning. Hey, attention dentists. Dental Staff School says they can provide you with qualified dental assistance. Google Dental Staff School. I'm Commander Chuck with your on-time traffic.
Welcome to Hearthside Senior Living, Lebanon's unique senior living community designed for seniors to age in place, all within a safe, comfortable, and Christian environment. Beautiful retirement homes designed for an independent lifestyle with maintenance-free living. Hearthside Senior Living also continues the excellent tradition of assisted living for those seniors who need additional services. Hearthside Senior Living, an independent retirement community and assisted living community, all on one campus in the heart of Lebanon. Call 615-443-1994 for a tour.
We all like to save money, and State Farm can help with discounts. When you combine your car insurance with State Farm homeowner insurance, you get big savings. So talk to me, Jeff Gannon, in Lebanon or Mount Juliet. State Farm Good Neighbor Service that has made us America's #1 insurance company. Together, we can help you make sure you get the discounts you deserve and the coverage you need. Come see me, Jeff Gannon, in Lebanon or Mount Juliet, and find out why more homeowners and drivers trust State Farm than any other insurance company.
Contact Stephen Lowry Land Clearing for all your land clearing needs. Whether it's clearing trails for ATVs, reclaiming pasture, or clearing your land of brush and trees, Stephen Lowry can get the job done. He works closely with customers, adjusting to make changes as you want. Steve Lowry will give you quality work at a price that you can afford. He will also beat any written estimate. Call Stephen Lowry at 615-970-8154 for all your land clearing needs. That's Stephen Lowry Land Clearing, 615-970-8154.
Fall is here. Shop Springs Creamery invites you to their fall festivities on the farm. Grab some fresh ice cream and enjoy the corn maze, shell corn pit, dummy roping, and the corn cannon, happening September 16th through October 30th. For more info, visit shopspringscreamery.com. For fresh ice cream, fall festivities, and fun for the whole family, make plans to visit Shop Springs Creamery 4 miles off I-40 towards Watertown, September 16th through October 30th. Happy fall, y'all!
What is your passion? How can you use that passion to enrich your community? Hi, this is Melanie Minter, President and CEO of the Lebanon-Wilson County Chamber of Commerce. Your chamber is the resource for making connections to fulfill your passion. Whether education, nonprofit, agriculture, entertainment, or government relations, Wilson County offers a place for you to be involved. Your chamber connects businesses, individuals, and your passion to the community. We have an enthusiasm for excellence. Join us and catch the spirit. Call or visit our office at 149 Public Square in Lebanon.
And here on a Tuesday morning, we continue. Thanks for joining us. I was expecting Derek Brantley, who is a candidate for 5th District Congress, running as an independent, to be here. I had invited him some time ago, and he hasn't found a radio station, or he forgot about us. He's not here. He hasn't called, so we're going to improvise, as we do from time to time. And I am very happy to have on the telephone line this morning Tommy Bryan. Tommy is, in a sense, a member of our staff here in that he does Lebanon High football and used to do Lebanon High and Cumberland, and there's a special occasion actually coming up this Friday night we're going to be getting into. But Tommy, first of all, good morning, and thanks for joining us.
Always a pleasure, Coleman.
Well, you started working out here back, we call it BS, before Susie, a long time ago. You've had a career sort of in radio and in newspaper as well, and it's pretty much involved sports most of the time. Sports has been what has driven you over the years, really.
Well, it has. I started doing Sunday morning sign-ons on the AM station. It gave me a shot back when I was 16, 17 years old, and doing the Sunday morning sign-ons after a Saturday night. Coming in and doing Sunday mornings, and sports has always been my thing. And we've got Terry Stafford and I've got a pretty big milestone coming up Friday night.
Yeah, they're telling me it'll be the 400th game that the two of you have worked together.
We started in 1986 working with Bruce Skeen doing play-by-play. Skeen was, of course, the play-by-play guy. Ed Shealy was in his last year as head coach at Lebanon High, and Terry and I got involved doing the broadcast. I did color commentary. Terry did the stats. And ever since, we've been, Terry has set up on my left arm throughout all these years. I guess that works out to be 37 years doing Blue Devil football. But number 400 will be Friday night when Lebanon plays Warren County in the regular season finale at Lebanon High.
Well, you had a little time with Bruce, and then, of course, you were with Clyde Harville for a while, too, weren't you?
Well, after Bruce left, Sam Axley was a guy from MTSU, a broadcast major, who did a year with us, and then Clyde for several years until his passing, and then Marv Dobson for 1 year did play-by-play. Then I took over doing play-by-play after that, and we brought Bob Lee, our sideline reporter, up. from the field, and he did color commentary. And Joe Gardner, we brought Joe in to handle the sidelines on the wireless mic. So that's been our crew for the last, so many years. Terry on stats, Bob on color, Joe on the sidelines, and me doing play-by-play.
Well, four of you, and how long have the four of you been together? Can you tell us roughly?
What year did Clyde pass away?
I'm sorry, I forget.
Well, see, I'm rough with numbers. 13, 14, ever how many years that's been.
So when you started doing it, it's been the four of you ever since.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
All right. Well, Bob Lee, no doubt, Billy's gonna write it down for me here, and we'll know exactly. 2007. So, okay, but what I was getting at, you and Bob, and Terry is there to do the stats, and he has he is an excellent stat man, is he not?
Well, he's very meticulous. He put his system together by himself. A lot of people use a computerized system. Terry does it by hand, and he's chronicled every running play, every passing play since 1986. And what has, speaking of milestones in that 400, this past Friday in the Gallatin game, Jalen Abston, Lebanon's quarterback, went over 5,000 yards passing in his career. In the time that Terry has done the stats, Greg Triplett had been the all-time leader with 3,600 some odd passing yards. Jalen eclipsed 5,000 yards against Gallatin, and he's sitting right now on 49 touchdown passes in his career. So he just needs one to hit that magical 50 touchdown pass in his career. Now, we don't claim these as Lebanon High records because, who's to say what happened in the 40s, because nobody really kept up with the stats like this. But we can say since 1986, there's been nobody who's had a career throwing the football like Jalen Abston.
Well, Lebanon lost a couple of close ones in what it was kind of I guess one of them especially was a disappointment, a game that everybody thought they could win almost by showing up, but it doesn't work that way. But they've still had a great year, haven't they?
Lebanon is 7-2 coming into this game with Warren County senior night, Friday night at Clifton Tribble Field. They lost to Siegel, which was a non-region game, and then lost.
And that was in overtime, wasn't it?
That was in overtime, and then lost at Coffee County, which was a region game, which cost us the region championship. Coffee County has basically run away with the region championship. They've got a pretty good team, and Lebanon picked two bad nights to have bad nights. Didn't play well. As Chuck Gentry has said quite often, it really doesn't matter who Lebanon plays. It boils down to how Lebanon plays. And those two nights, they didn't play very well, and they lost. So they have won every game since then in pretty handy fashion, except for Gallatin 14-9 last week at Gallatin, and that's a street fight going over there to play those guys. Lebanon and Gallatin through the years has always been a rough and tumble kind of football game. But go into this game with Warren County 7-2 and looking to have a good night against the Pioneers.
Well, I got to say, to me, Lebanon playing Gallatin is sort of like Vanderbilt playing UT. And I want Lebanon to beat Gallatin in the worst way. And so,
well, before there was Wilson Central and Mount Juliet on the schedule, it was always Gallatin.
Yeah.
And the old guys, my age and older, who really relished that rivalry, and that one's always been a big one. And it was tough, 14-9, and it was a fight throughout.
Yeah, remember one time when they mopped up pretty good on Hester Gibbs, and he was pretty upset about how they ran up the score. I don't know whether he ever got even or not. But anyway, that's for another day. What are the chances in the playoffs? How's it look for Lebanon?
Lebanon will go in as a 2 seed. They will play at least one home game. They will play the number 3 seed from the region that joins us, Region 4, which is the Rutherford County region. That region is still kind of scrambled right now. Oakland's at the top, and then you got Blackman, Stewart's Creek, Riverdale fighting for positions 2 through 4. We'll play. We will have one home game that will be against the number 3 team from Rutherford County, and then you go on the road for the rest of the playoffs.
All right, we got 30 seconds left this morning. Tommy, thanks for joining us. Congratulations. Big game for you. 400 times that you and Terry Stafford have worked together this Friday night, right?
That's it.
Well, we thank you for coming on short notice here this morning, but you're always good for that, and we hope that everybody will remember you as our sportscaster, but read your what you write for the Wilson Post. You're a good sports writer as well as our football guy. So, Tommy Bryan, thanks for being with us.
Thanks, Coleman. I'll talk to you later.
All right. That is it for a Tuesday. I hope you'll join us tomorrow for Coleman & Company. Till then, I wish you a terrific day.